Welcome to the Tim Booker Book Sharing channel. Here, we delve into the endless world of words, savor captivating stories, and share insights and reflections. Remember to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell to stay updated. Let's embark on this reading journey, experience the allure of words, and explore the ocean of knowledge together.
Today, I'll be interpreting Quantum Marketing, a book specifically delving into marketing methodologies. Its subtitle, Mastering the New Marketing Mindset for Tomorrow's Consumers, unveils its core essence. The term, quantum marketing, might sound unfamiliar. What does it signify? The author explains that quantum is a concept derived from modern physics, representing an extreme, abrupt change. Quantum mechanics emerged as an innovative theory when classical physics failed. Hence, the author coined quantum marketing to describe the rapid transformation in consumer markets due to emerging technologies. Traditional marketing theories are becoming obsolete, demanding an urgent reshaping of marketing methods. Currently, this book serves not only as a reference for MBA marketing courses at prestigious institutions like Harvard Business School but also influences the syllabi of these renowned universities based on the content of quantum marketing. The author of this book is the globally acclaimed marketing expert Rajamannar, who also serves as the Chief Marketing and Communications Officer of the globally renowned integrated payment company, Mastercard. Forbes has recognized him as one of the top 5 most influential CMOs globally. Under his marketing strategies, Mastercard swiftly transformed from ranking 87th in the global brand rankings to being among the top 10 global brands within a few years. The book begins by revisiting 4 paradigms in the evolution of marketing. The first paradigm is product marketing, where companies believed that by crafting good products, consumers would naturally buy based on rational logic, becoming loyal customers. As businesses sought differentiation, they transitioned to the second paradigm, emotional marketing, employing audiovisual advertising to narrate compelling brand stories. The third paradigm is data-driven marketing, utilizing internet platforms to gather consumer intentions, targeting digital ads, and maximizing product profitability by calculating ad reach and conversion rates. Subsequently, the fourth paradigm emerged, digital and social marketing, where social media platforms became influential, necessitating marketers to engage consumers through social networks. These paradigms chronicle the evolution of modern marketing and have become basic knowledge for marketers. However, as the author emphasizes, relying solely on conventional wisdom won't crack marketing today. In the past, marketing emphasized spending less while making a big impact on consumers unilaterally. But now, we stand at the precipice of the fifth paradigm. The emergence of new technologies like 5G, IoT, AI, etc., has brought consumers and marketers closer than ever before. The challenge in marketing now lies in adapting to this transformation, enhancing understanding of consumers, and reshaping the value of product creation. Whether for marketers seeking to boost economic returns through marketing or for ordinary consumers, this book opens a forward-looking window, preparing you for the advent of the fifth marketing paradigm. It offers insights into the future consumer landscape and practical methods to build emerging influence. In the forthcoming discussion, I'll distill 3 key insights on innovative marketing strategies highlighted in this book. In the first part, we'll explore how one of the most critical marketing channels, advertising, is undergoing profound changes. Moving on to the second part, we'll delve into consumers and discuss aligning marketing with the changing facets of consumer life. The third part will focus on brands and elaborate on the shift in perspective needed for brands to win consumer favor in the future. Sure, let's dive into the first insight presented in this book. The author informs us that traditional advertising models are likely to be replaced. Here, advertising primarily refers to what we see on our phones, computers, and TV screens, such as various video ads, pop-ups, overlays, and more. From the perspective of this book, the essence of these traditional ads lies in exchanging audience attention for the free content they seek and converting that attention into purchases. Therefore, attention becomes a form of currency. However, the author observes a shift in the desires of many consumers. More and more consumers no longer wish to trade their attention for desired information but prefer actively purchasing an ad-free environment. For instance, almost all video platforms we use now offer subscription packages, a significant perk being ad-free, smooth browsing. Additionally, a survey indicates that nearly 600 million electronic devices globally utilize ad blocking software, a number steadily rising. This implies a challenge for marketers as those consumers who actively bypass ads make marketing and promotions harder to reach. Consequently, while consumers can enhance their browsing experiences, for marketers, this poses an unavoidable dilemma. So, how does one tackle this marketing challenge in a time when people are increasingly averse to ad disruptions? The author points out an exit strategy, shifting focus from advertising to storytelling and placing consumer experience at the forefront. Transforming consumers into product advocates who, based on exceptional experiences, actively create stories and share them, building word-of-mouth effects. While word-of-mouth marketing isn't groundbreaking, the crucial aspect here lies in anchoring this marketing on experiences. By letting consumers endorse product value through their enjoyed experiences, they become willing to share it further. For instance, the book mentions how the Louvre in France introduced several innovative approaches tailored to the visitor experience. The first approach could be termed offering a story template for visitor experiences to leverage the influence of such templates for widespread dissemination. In 2018, popular music icon Beyoncé and rapper Jay-Z shot a music video entirely inside the Louvre featuring classic exhibits like the Mona Lisa and Napoleon's coronation. This video went viral online, surpassing 150 million views, attracting a surge of young trend-following visitors to the museum. Subsequently, the Louvre even curated a special guided tour route based on Beyoncé and Jay-Z's visit. Consequently, the museum's visitor count reached a historic high of 10.2 million that year, a remarkable 25% increase from the previous year, credited largely to the influence of this music video, as stated by the Louvre's museum director in interviews. Following the story template, the Louvre's second marketing approach was to design more unusual narrative plots for the visiting experience. For instance, museums typically operate during the day with excellent lighting and visibility. However, at night, the serene atmosphere and ambient lighting create a mystical ambience, sparking greater imagination. Thus, in 2019, the Louvre collaborated with Airbnb for an event called Night at the Louvre. Only one lucky winner worldwide could win a free ticket to bring a companion and privately visit the museum, essentially becoming the protagonists of their own story. They could admire iconic masterpieces like the Mona Lisa in the tranquil night and even treat the museum as their private space, reclining on sofas with a pre-dinner drink alongside the Mona Lisa, enjoying a luxurious meal. Moreover, Airbnb specially constructed a mini pyramid resembling the famous Louvre glass pyramid as an exclusive accommodation on the museum's outdoor plaza after the visit. It offered the winners an opportunity to gaze at the starry sky through the glass, capturing pictures, and peacefully falling asleep under the stars. In short, this fairy-tale-like Night at the Louvre experience quickly gained public attention, attracting crowds and stirring anticipation among visitors. A French travel agency also offered a similar private night tour service, costing each visitor and their 3 companions around €30,000, roughly over 230,000 renminbi for an equivalent experience. Despite the somewhat extravagant nature of this experience, it received substantial attention and demand from visitors worldwide. Currently, the Louvre continues to open for night tours on Wednesdays and Fridays, leveraging the exceptional touring experience's positive word-of-mouth effect, establishing itself as a widely recognized classic feature. As we examine how the Louvre in France opened new avenues through innovative approaches, it perfectly illustrates the significant shift in advertising models during the quantum marketing era. Traditional advertising focused on telling a brand story to the audience, relying on creativity to make ads look fresh, interesting, and reflective of product uniqueness. However, no matter how creative the story is, people still lose interest, instinctively questioning its relevance to them. In the future of quantum marketing, marketing needs to focus not only on creativity but also on tactics. It should transform from storytelling for the brand to enabling consumers to create stories themselves. The author emphasizes that marketers need to identify influential consumers and craft impressive, unique experiences for them. This way, consumers will be more willing to share their experience stories with others. In the book's words, these experiences suitable for creating stories are essentially 24/7 operational experiential marketing engines. Alright, we've covered how the advertising model is undergoing a transformation. Now, let's continue with the second insight from the book, which focuses on how consumption will become more integrated into daily life in the future. What does this mean? Firstly, in the context of the quantum marketing proposed by the author, due to the support of Internet of Things, IoT, technology, the process of consumer payments and purchases will gradually fade away, merging consumption seamlessly into everyday life, akin to eating or drinking, becoming a natural and automatic behavior. For instance, the prevalence of unmanned vending machines is quite common nowadays. Customers simply need to scan and open the cabinet, select what they want, and sensors on the shelves automatically detect the specific item taken. The payment occurs automatically once the customer closes the cabinet, bypassing the traditional checkout queues in stores, making shopping as convenient and natural as retrieving food from a fridge. The author highlights that more disruptions will occur. In the future, the visibility of the purchasing process in daily life will decrease further. For instance, the book mentions IoT-enabled smart refrigerators that identify the types of ingredients and their consumption. When supplies are running low, these refrigerators can automatically order restocks from the store. Notably, humans are no longer directly involved in making payment decisions here. The entire purchasing process, from data collection, demand analysis to payment and ordering, is completely driven by machines. Moreover, devices like the widely used IoT-enabled smart toothbrushes currently possess feedback capabilities. They can connect to smartphones via Bluetooth, recording real-time data about users' brushing time, pressure, and positioning, immediately transmitted to the phone. This aids users in assessing whether their teeth are adequately cleaned. Regarding this product, the author suggests that in the future, it might likely be equipped with a new function for automatic online ordering. This means future smart toothbrushes could not only monitor the cleanliness of users' teeth but also identify their brushing habits. Anticipating when users need to replace toothpaste or require dental floss and mouthwash for thorough cleaning, the smart toothbrush would automatically select suitable products and place orders. Therefore, in recent years, you might have heard people say that the IoT is eating up payments. Essentially, this denotes the initial manifestation of consumer life becoming more integrated, relying on the development of IoT technology. The process of payment and purchase for people will become increasingly automated, becoming almost invisible in daily life. This trend poses two new challenges for marketers. Firstly, when consumers no longer have to make choices or place orders for a desired item, it relies on their trust in the brand. Therefore, marketers particularly need to maintain the brand's image to ensure consumers feel confident in the brand. Additionally, with machine algorithms assuming the task of selecting purchased items for consumers, it's easy for consumers to overlook brands that aren't chosen, pushing these brands towards obscurity. Hence, marketers need to delve deeply into understanding the recommendation algorithms behind these smart devices, understand how they analyze consumer preferences and optimize their products based on the advantages favored by the algorithms. Alright, let's delve into the second manifestation of consumer life becoming more integrated, which is the increasing influence of lifestyle circles on consumer decisions. Each of us isn't an independent entity in life, our lives naturally involve social circles. Consequently, people's consumption decisions will inevitably be influenced by others around them. Hence, in marketing, it's not only essential to consider consumers' feelings but also crucial to incorporate the perspectives of those around them. The author gives an example. Suppose a company launches a Disney vacation product. In the past, such a company primarily focused on perfecting the product to attract customers. They would invest significant time in researching which Disney attractions were most popular, how to offer more cost-effective tickets, optimize tour routes for time efficiency, and more. Then, they'd create corresponding travel strategies, plan key attractions, introduce ticket packages, and devise tour plans to showcase the product's advantages to consumers. However, the author argues that such research isn't sufficient. Traveling usually involves groups, and the ultimate experience might involve a family or a group of friends. They typically consider only the person making the purchase decision, overlooking the critical influence of others' opinions on the decision-making process and their essential role as experience participants. For instance, consider a family planning a Disney vacation. When the children hear about this, apart from being excited, they might actively participate in the decision-making process. Growing up in the digital age, they are the natives of the internet, exposed to vast and rapid information from all directions. Hence, they might take on the role of research assistants in this travel plan. They compare, make demands based on various Disney strategy shares they've encountered online, and influence whether the family will purchase this company's travel product. In this scenario, marketers need to understand the family's composition in advance, identifying potential decision-makers, and then tailor product promotions based on their collective preferences. For instance, when highlighting product features, offering more targeted solutions, like meeting a child's desire to interact with a trendy doll seen online, by developing a queue system that saves time. If the family values shared experiences, recommending more family-friendly entertainment options becomes essential. The author summarizes by comparing a person's life to a pizza. Consumption is just a small slice, but the portion capable of influencing consumption is much larger. Researching consumers merely based on their buying behavior isn't enough. Marketers must see consumers as complete individuals to discover which people and events significantly impact their consumption habits. Therefore, studying consumers essentially involves understanding people's lives. Moving on from the trend of life-oriented consumption, the third insight is about transforming consumers' long-term brand loyalty into brand affinity. What does this mean? Long-term loyalty signifies establishing a commitment between the brand and consumers, preventing them from easily abandoning the brand and shifting to competitors. However, in today's information-rich world, achieving this is increasingly challenging. Consumers might develop a liking for a brand due to some positive online reviews but might just as easily lose trust in the brand after encountering negative information. Hence, expecting consumers to remain loyal to a brand in the long term, to stay devoted, is almost an unrealistic expectation. However, affinity is different, it follows an attraction rule. At every moment, a brand needs to maintain its allure to retain consumers. This is the goal worth pursuing. Even loyal customers to a brand are susceptible to being attracted by other brands at any time. Therefore, in the pursuit of enhancing affinity, marketers must shift their mindset, bridging the gap between themselves and consumers, understanding consumers thoroughly, and promptly delivering information about their brand's superior products to strive for every transaction. In the book's words, it's about winning a higher share of consumer preference for the brand. In the quantum marketing era, digital technologies capable of integrating extensive data will become handy tools for brands to build affinity. The first major technology mentioned in the book is wearable devices. They can collect people's bodily data and location information comprehensively, displaying a consumer's information from all angles. Wearable devices can also serve as personal assistants, offering diverse personalized services to consumers. For instance, Disney invested $1 billion in creating a service platform called MyMagic Plus that developed a magic wristband containing RFID chips and transmitters, allowing real-time tracking of the wearer's specific location. Utilizing this, Disney prevents children from getting lost in crowded areas. Additionally, inputting personal information into the wristband enables it to serve as an entry ticket, room key, and quick pass for various amusements within the park, even for purchasing park merchandise. Furthermore, when a consumer orders a meal in the park, the staff receives their identity information immediately upon entering the restaurant, welcoming them by name. After seating, the server doesn't need to remember table numbers, the ordered dishes are seamlessly delivered to the table. Earlier, we discussed wearable devices, considering them as personal housekeepers for brand affinity. Next, let's explore the second technology, a combination of 5G low latency and artificial intelligence, akin to providing consumers with a personalized virtual assistant. Thanks to the lightning-fast data transmission of 5G technology and the computational capability of artificial intelligence, marketers can almost instantly track a consumer's specific location, predict what products they might choose in various scenarios, and timely deliver personalized products. Suppose a consumer is shopping in a mall. With their consent, the mall can establish a real-time database, acquiring the consumer's latest location and knowing what items they recently purchased. Then, rapid analysis and modeling determine the most suitable discounts for them, sent to their phone promptly. Another emerging technology that helps build brand affinity, bridging the distance between consumers and products, is augmented reality, AR. It gives the personalized virtual assistant numerous superpowers. For instance, IKEA developed an AR application allowing customers to place simulated IKEA furniture in their living room by pointing their phone's camera. It visualizes almost realistic combinations without the need for personal measurement or visiting a physical store. Similarly, with Google Maps Visual Positioning System, VPS, people can view additional digital information overlaying actual street scenes through their phone cameras. This includes indicating nearby buildings, the specialties of coffee shops inside those buildings, and any ongoing discount promotions. Suppose a consumer walks by a clothing store window and spots a shirt they like. They can open the AR app, view details about the shirt's material, price, available colors, sizes, and even virtually try it on, eliminating the hassle of queuing for a dressing room. If the consumer wishes to buy cosmetics, they can use the AR app to virtually try on different lipstick colors and textures, seeing which complements them best. The author suggests that in future marketing, such applications, narrowing the gap between products and consumers while enhancing product affinity, will become increasingly widespread. In this trend, marketers who are both creative and tech-savvy, adept at both analytical and creative thinking, will be more sought after. They might not be technical development experts, but they can foresee the application scenarios of emerging technologies, guiding teams in exploring how these technologies can be utilized to create more value for consumers. Simultaneously, they must minimize disruptions caused by constant services, avoiding unnecessary annoyance for consumers. Additionally, outstanding marketers might not have a background in data analysis, but they can organize massive amounts of data, distinguish between descriptive data depicting the present and predictive data indicating consumers' future changes, and identify the main directions to focus on. Moreover, they must consistently maintain consumer data security, respecting personal data privacy. In essence, technology serves as an extension for modern marketers, helping them reach consumers, collect timely and comprehensive information, offer personalized services, maintain an appropriate distance between themselves and consumers, constituting the advantage of quantum marketing. Just as father of marketing technology in America, Scott Brinker once said, marketing has become a technology-driven discipline, so organizations must inscribe technological capabilities into their DNA. Alright, today we're concluding our discussion on quantum marketing. Let's recap what we've covered. The author has outlined 5 paradigms of marketing: product marketing, emotional marketing, data-driven marketing, digital and social marketing, and quantum marketing. The 5th paradigm, quantum marketing, involves the disruptive changes brought by emerging technologies like artificial intelligence, demanding a revolution in marketing methodologies. Regarding the changing trends in marketing methodologies, we've extracted 3 key insights from the book. Firstly, the focus is on a crucial marketing channel, advertising. The author suggests that traditional advertising models could be replaced. More consumers no longer wish to trade their attention for desired information through advertising. Instead, they actively seek ad-free environments, even if it means paying for it. To address this, the proposed solution is not to rely on advertising to tell stories, but to empower consumers to create stories based on exceptional consumer experiences. Consumers then become advocates for the product, leading to word-of-mouth effects. This requires a solid grasp of consumer experiences, enabling consumers to recognize a product's value, fostering a desire to share more. The second insight focuses on consumers themselves. The author predicts that consumption will become more integrated into daily life. This manifests in 2 ways. First, with the support of Internet of Things, IoT, technology, the process of consumer payment and purchasing will gradually fade, integrating consumption seamlessly into life, much like eating and drinking. Secondly, people's consumption decisions will be more influenced by their lifestyle circles. The third insight we discussed today emphasizes the need for brands to convert customers' long-term loyalty into brand affinity. Marketers should shift their focus to winning each transaction and gaining a higher share of consumer preference for their brand. Exploring how to leverage new technology to build brand affinity, we discussed how wearable devices can serve as personalized assistants, providing diversified services up close to consumers. Additionally, the combination of 5G low latency and artificial intelligence functions as a close-range personal shopper, offering highly personalized products to a wide consumer base. Augmented reality, AR, further enhances this personal shopping experience, optimizing the overall service experience. That concludes our discussion on the book for today. Congratulations on completing another book. Thank you all for your support and attention. Please subscribe to the Tim Booker channel, like, and share this valuable knowledge with friends. Let's combine wisdom with practice, achieve our financial goals, and create a better future together. Thank you, and goodbye.